is currently Friday, September 5th at 12:45 p.m. Figured I'd hop on here and just kind of give a recap of where I am, what I've been up to. I know the last time that I posted on YouTube was my show day video, so that it's been about 5 weeks now since show. So a lot has been happening, a lot of changes. Time is just flying by, as I'm sure you all can relate. We're like headed into fall and it's almost going to be the end of the year. It's just craziness. But I've been doing really, really well. I basically took 2 weeks after prep just to kind of let my mind and body relax. Took 2 full weeks just to relax, spend time with family, allow myself to kind of eat what I wanted, obviously in moderation. And then I started my official off-season program with Kim, I think on August 11th. So it's been almost a month now. Things have been going really, really good. The way that my training split is broken out is I'm still training glutes 3 times a week, and I'm training shoulders twice a week. And then I have a split of training like back. I also train chest. I train arms. I train legs, hamstrings, and quads. So I'm having a lot of fun because I'm having tons of energy in the gym. I'm able to push. So this is the part that I really, really love. And then obviously focusing on nutrition, making sure that I'm getting in my meals. Right now I'm still at 6 meals a day, obviously just increase food amounts. And I'm also allowing myself to kind of, have meals out with friends. I know kind of how to do the portions and whatnot, and kind of titrate the amounts based off of where we are, how to order, etc. So I'm allowing myself to have that freedom, which has been really, really nice, but still focusing on kind of the same principles of making sure I'm getting enough protein, enough carbs, enough fats, eating every 2 to 3 hours to keep my metabolism revving. And my cardio right now is at 6 days, 25 minutes. So very, very easy. Honestly, some days I feel like I'm going over that amount because I use that time to kind of catch up on social media, catch up on my text messages or my emails as I'm walking. So it's honestly been flying by. But yeah, so for this video, I filmed 3 glute exercises that I really feel like grew my glutes. So glutes have always been a body part that I feel like I have a good mind-muscle connection with, but it's definitely grew over time. Like I started when I was a novice lifter, just figuring out that mind-muscle connection and making sure that I'm really pinpointing my glutes. But what I've done and I could show stage photos from December 2024 Nationals, I can show my glute shot here, and transformed it to when I turned pro in July of 2025. These are 3 staple glute exercises that I implemented mainly kind of through this past off season, through this past season, that I really feel like have targeted and hit my glutes in a new way that are not hip thrusts. I used to focus a lot on hip thrusts, which I feel like grow your glutes to a certain point, but these 3 glute exercises have really targeted like my whole entire glute shape, and I feel like have grown kind of like that upper outer glute that a lot of women want, and develop my tie-in. So I'm excited to share this video with you all, kind of share some tips and tricks. I did film like the explanation in the gym, but of course I think the music was a little bit too loud. So I'm just going to share here on my tips and cues for those 3 exercises. So first up, exercise number 1, reverse hack squat, superset with good mornings. So at my gym, they have this awesome Arsenal Strength reverse hack squat. I'm very, very blessed. And you're actually able to change the angle of the platform. So I do move the platform to the highest angle when I do it. And the way that I do this exercise is I have my feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. My toes are slightly pointed out, and I start off with 10 reverse hack squats. And when I do these squats, since my stance is a little bit wider than shoulder width, I'm really focusing on targeting my glutes. when I go into the deep stretch of the squat. So I sit back, I do 10 reverse hack squats, and immediately after I go into 10 good mornings. So I bring my feet shoulder width wide right underneath my shoulders, toes pointed forward, knees slightly bent, and I'm hinging back doing the good mornings for 10. And that's really just gonna hammer home. I mean, squats in itself are one of the best glute builders that you can do. I think it's a very misunderstood exercise, but it's actually the #1 glute builder if done right. Making sure, especially with reverse hack squats, you're able to really target that glute. And then going to good mornings, it's really just hammering home that activation, that big stretch, giving you a lot of tension in that tie-in as well as the upper glute. So love this exercise. It's very taxing. I only do it for 3 sets, 10 reps each, and then I move on to exercise 2. So this is a hip hinge deadlift. So I go to like the squat rack, and I put on, I think I start off with like 25 pounds on each side, but obviously make sure that you're getting the form right first before you're adding on too much weight. But I basically hold the bar, hands right underneath my shoulders, feet shoulder width wide. Again, same stance, toes pointed slightly out, knees slightly bent. And when I'm hinging back, it's almost like you're going into a deadlift, but I'm only letting the bar go just below my kneecaps. So stopping just below my kneecaps, making sure the tension's in the glute. And when you push your glutes back, the main key that I feel like has unlocked a new level of glute activation in this exercise is I'm really focusing on not on squeezing my glutes when I'm pushing my hips back, but I'm actually letting them relax and stretch out. So it's almost like your toes are stretching out, your glutes are stretching out and back. You're not having it tense, you're letting it release, and you're really focusing on pushing your knees out as well as your glutes back. And then the squeeze up gets like that whole upper outer glute, whole glute situation. It's like, it's insane. So really try and focus on letting your glutes release back. Again, core super tight, bars close to your legs, just below the kneecap, and then pull up with the glutes. And oh my goodness, you guys will feel this, especially after the first exercise. This one I think really helps develop that upper outer glute shelf that everyone really like looks for when they're building out their glutes. Okay. And for that one, I typically do probably like 3 sets of 12 to 15. And yeah, moving on to exercise number 3, standing hip abduction. So if you don't have a standing hip abduction machine at your gym, that's totally fine. I'm very blessed that I do have 2 variations of the hip abduction in my gym, but I really prefer the standing. And the reason why is because I feel like you're able to kind of maneuver the machine for your height. So when I do it, I actually do it in a very specialized way where when I get on the machine, I don't have my toes facing out. I actually have my toes facing in. So both of my toes are slightly pointed in. And when I do get into the machine and hold on the handles, my legs, my quads aren't parallel to the floor. I'm actually raised a little bit. So if you think of like my fingernails are my kneecap and then my wrist is my torso, like I'm a little upwards where I'm not in a full squat, if that makes sense. So the angle between my knee and my hips is at like an upward angle, and I really feel like that gets like the upper glute as well. I can also feel it in the tie-in. And your foot positioning is going to play a huge factor in this one. So that's why I say bring your toes pointed inwards, and you're really going to feel that upper out. I mean, I feel it like all on my glute, but definitely like upper glute. I also feel it in my tie-in. But give that variation a try. I do that 3 sets, and I also just do as many reps as possible for that one because it's kind of a burnout. Your glutes are already feeling it from those 2 really great movements to start out. And for all 3 exercises, I definitely progressively overload. So make sure that you're starting out with your warm-ups, roll out, do your banded warm-ups so you're not feeling any tension in your knees, making sure that you're really feeling that activation in your glutes first. Establish that mind-muscle connection, and then when you go into the exercises, you're primed and ready to go. But these have been 3 staples that honestly, like, I could really feel my glutes activate, and I didn't do that many hip thrusts in my past prep building up into my nationals. I really focused on like these 3 exercises, I felt it a lot and I did it very, very frequently. So when I do my glute exercise and I say I train glutes 3 times a week, I usually only do 3 exercises and I pair them with different workouts. So if I'm doing a hamstring focused leg day, I throw in the 3 glute exercises at the end. Or if I want to train glutes first, on my quad day, for example, I would do 3 glute exercises to start and then go into quad. So I kind of play around with it based off of how I'm feeling, but I always try and hit that frequency of glutes. So give these 3 exercises a try. I'm curious if you guys are gonna feel any benefits from it. I love these exercises. I feel like it really, really helped me develop my glutes. So I hope you guys give it a shot. Let me know in the comments if these cues helped you at all or if you tried the workout, and I will chat with you all very, very soon.